Okay, students. Now let us discuss physical properties of carboxylic acids. See, aliphatic carboxylic acids up to carbon atom 9. Okay, if they have means till carbon number 9, aliphatic carboxylic acids are colorless, liquids, and have unpleasant odor. Because they are volatile, say they will have some smell or odor, whereas the higher ones are waxy and odorless since they are non-volatile. Okay, and we all know that next property is boiling point, and boiling point depends on what? Directly on strength of intermolecular forces, strength of IMF. Okay, directly on molar masses. Okay, see, if we are comparing different functional groups, then we have to take molar masses as constant. Okay, if there is not much difference in molar mass, or it is not more than 14U, it is below 14U, then we take it as nearly same molar mass. Okay, nearly of equal molar masses. And strength of intermolecular forces, we know that amongst all intermolecular forces, hydrogen bonding is the strongest intermolecular force, and then is dipole-dipole interaction, and the weakest is London forces. See, on the basis of that, say carboxylic acids have highest boiling point, then alcohols, then aldehydes, then ketones, then ethers, then hydrocarbons. Okay, alkane, alkenes, alkynes. It is because carboxylic acids can form extensive hydrogen bonding. They can form two hydrogen bonds between two carboxylic acid molecules. Okay, due to this, they even in vapor state they exist as dimers. Dimer meaning dimer. What do you mean by dimer? Dimer means when two molecules are associated. Okay, this is due to extensive hydrogen bonding. These are two hydrogen bonds over here. Okay, dotted bonds, hydrogen bonds are represented by dotted bonds. Okay, now see the reason, this is they have two hydrogen bonds. Okay, like this. Alcohols have means they have relatively less hydrogen bonding. Aldehydes and ketones are polar. Aldehydes are more polar than ketones. Ketones are more polar than ethers, and alkanes are non-polar, or hydrocarbons are non-polar compounds. Hence, London forces will exist in between them. Okay. So, in carboxylic acid and alcohols, hydrogen bonding is there. In carboxylic acids, two hydrogen bonds are formed between two molecules. Okay. Now, solubility. Okay. See, aliphatic carboxylic acids having carbon atom less than equal to 4 are miscible in water because they can form hydrogen bonds with water. Okay. Moreover, we all know that solubility is inversely proportional to number of carbon atoms in the parent chain. Parent chain. Okay, carbon chain. Let us take an example. Out of ethanoic acid and benzoic acid, which is more soluble in water? See, the basic reason behind this relation is, inverse relationship is, the hydrocarbon part of a molecule is hydrophobic in nature. Okay, more the number of carbon and hydrogen, more will be the hydrophobicity. They will repel water. Okay, see, in ethanoic acid, we have, apart from this functional group, we have only one carbon atom. Herein, in benzoic acid, we have how many carbon atoms? 6 carbon atoms. Here we have one carbon atom. More the number of carbon atoms, more is the hydrophobicity. Hence, ethanoic acid is more soluble in water. Okay, more soluble in water. Now let us move to chemical properties of carboxylic acids. Okay, let us discuss the chemical properties of carboxylic acids. The chemical properties of carboxylic acids can be divided on the basis of which type of bond is being broken, which is oxidized, which is reduced, like this. Okay. See, carboxylic acids, we have C double bond O, OH. We can discuss the properties, chemical properties in which this oxygen hydrogen bond is broken. Okay, on this basis we can have some chemical properties. If the second OH bond is being replaced, okay, then the other properties are there. And in all, if the COOH group is reduced, then another reduction property is there. Okay, let us first discuss the reactions in which cleavage of OH bond exists. Okay. Now let us discuss chemical properties. Chemical properties of carboxylic acids can be attributed to the type of chemical bond being broken and the group being oxidized or reduced. See, in carboxyl functional group, we have oxygen hydrogen bond. If this bond is being broken in a reaction, then we can have a different chemical property. If carbon oxygen bond is being broken, then we'll have different properties. If the whole COOH group, that is carboxyl group, is participating, then we'll have different chemical properties. Okay, so let us discuss one by one. First, reactions involving cleavage. Cleavage means breaking of OH bond, this bond. Okay, so this bond, when it is broken, it will show acidic properties. Okay, so acidity, the acidity of carboxylic acids can be studied with the help of reaction with metals and reaction with alkalis. Okay, with metals, we all know that acids react with metals, active metals, to liberate hydrogen gas. This is so simple. This sodium will replace this ionizable hydrogen and will form sodium carboxylates and hydrogen gas. This hydrogen gas can be chemically tested by pop sound test. Okay. Now, carboxylic acids are acidic enough to react with alkalis. Alkalis are strong bases that are soluble in water. Now, when this carboxylic acid reacts with NaOH, so H from carboxylic acid and OH from this one will go and form water. And what is formed? RCOONA, sodium carboxylate. Similarly, when carboxylic acids are treated with NaHCO3, you will have sodium carboxylate plus carbon dioxide gas plus H2O. Okay. Due to release of this carbon dioxide, a fizz occurs that is called as brisk effervescence. Brisk effervescence. This can be used as a chemical test between functional groups. Okay, so this is a common test for carboxylic acids. Okay, see, if it is asked, write a chemical difference to suggest that carboxylic acids are more acidic than phenol. Phenol can react with sodium, phenol can react with NaOH, but phenol cannot react with NaHCO3, which is sodium bicarbonate. Okay. Now, acidic strength. What do you mean by acidic strength? Acidic strength is the ability to release H plus ions. Okay. So, it depends on what? It depends on Ka. What do you mean by Ka? Ka is called dissociation constant. Dissociation constant of an acid. dissociation constant of an acid. Okay, it is inversely proportional to pKa. Acidic strength is inversely proportional to pKa. What do you mean by pKa? As discussed in grade 11, pKa is equal to negative log of Ka value. So this is obvious from this relation, means this relation that acidic strength will be inversely proportional to pKa. Now acidic strength directly proportional to minus I effect or electron withdrawing group, and inversely proportional to plus I effect. See, carboxylic acids are acidic because, why they are acidic? We can give this answer with the help of Bronsted-Lowry concept, that an acid is means a substance is acidic, is a stronger acid if it has stable or weak conjugate base. See, this is carboxylic acid. After removal of H plus, it forms a conjugate base. This is carboxylate ion. This is the conjugate base of carboxylic acid, which is called carboxylate ion. This carboxylate ion is resonance stabilized. Okay. And the two resonating structures are exactly same. They are mirror images of each other. Okay. The carboxylic acids are acidic because the carboxylate ion, which is the conjugate base of carboxylic acid, are exactly same. Okay, the resonating structures are exactly same. Hence, the carboxylate ion is highly stable. Therefore, carboxylic acids are highly acidic. Now, this acidic property is enhanced if an electron withdrawing group is present, and it is the acidic strength is decreased on having electron donating group. Electron withdrawing groups of plus I effect, okay, they produce minus I effect, and while electron donating groups produce plus I effect. Okay, see, electron withdrawing group decreases the electron density from the carboxylate ion, thereby stabilizing the carboxylate ion, whereas an electron donating group will increase electron density on the carboxylate ion. This decreases the stability of the carboxylate ion. Now let us have an idea of electron withdrawing group or minus I effect order. See, if this group is there, CF3 has more minus I effect than NO2, then CN, then F, Cl, Br, I, phenyl, then hydrogen. Okay, phenyl C6H5. Okay. Now electron donating group, this is what, plus I effect. They have this order. Tertiary alkyl group is more electron donating, than secondary, then primary, then methyl, then hydrogen. Okay. With the help of these two, we can easily compare the acidic strength of carboxylic acids. Now, reactions involving cleavage of carbon and OH bond. Okay, reactions involving carbon OH bond. So if this bond is broken in carboxylic acid, see, carboxylic acids, we have structure like this. If this bond is broken, then let us see how different are the reactions here. See, this bond can be broken in the formation of acid anhydrides. What are anhydrides? Anhydrides are substances which lack a molecule of water. See, when 2 moles of carboxylic acids, those carboxylic acids can be different or same also. When they are heated in presence of a dehydrating agent, H2SO4 or P2O5, okay, they will lose a molecule of water and form, see, from this carboxylic acid, this bond is being broken. OH bond, carbon OH bond is being broken. Okay, so what is formed here? So you have CH3, this CH3, C double bond O, this C double bond O, then oxygen. Okay, water gone. Now you have C double bond O, CH3. Okay, this can be represented like this also, or CH3 CO whole twice O. See, what is the role of this dehydrating agents? If water is present, they will immediately hydrolyze back to the carboxylic acids again. So we need to remove that water. That's why these dehydrating agents are required. P2O5 is what? Phosphorus pentaoxide. Okay. Now esterification reaction. See, in carboxylic acids, esterification reaction we already did in alcohol, phenols and ethers. Now let's see. In carboxylic acids, if you treat them with alcohols or phenols, then this OH, okay, this OH will go with the H of alcohol or phenol. Okay, so dehydration is taking place. You will get what? R, C double bond O from the carboxylic acid part, and OR dash from the alcohol part. Okay, now this water is being released. What is the role of concentrated H2SO4? Again, it is acting as a dehydrating agent. It has to remove this water. We have to remove this water immediately. Otherwise, this ester will undergo hydrolysis to again give you back this carboxylic acid and the alcohol. See, we have discussed already these reactions. Again, if acid chlorides are used, then this Cl will go with H. Okay, again this compound is formed. Again, acid anhydrides are used, then also the compound will be like R, C double bond, okay, OR dash, plus HCl is formed. This HCl is neutralized by pyridine. Pyridine is a mild base. So this will shift the reaction towards right. More of esters are formed. Similarly, now if acid anhydrides are used, this reaction is catalyzed in presence of acid. In organic acid, you will have RC double bond O from the anhydride and OR dash from the alcohol. This is from alcohol. Plus what is left? Another molecule of carboxylic acid is left. Okay. So in all the three situations you get the same product, but they are catalyzed by different reactions, different reagents. Okay, like if you take carboxylic acid, it is catalyzed as well as moved forward by concentrated H2SO4. Pyridine neutralizes HCl, it will shift the reaction. Okay, anhydrides, you have acids to catalyze this reaction. Okay. Now, mechanism of esterification. Although this is not in syllabus of CBSE, but it is very important to note how this is taking place. See, during esterification of carboxylic acids, we have carboxylic acid here. Okay, this carboxylic acid gets the carbonyl oxygen accepts this H plus and gets protonated to form a carboxylium ion. Okay, because of this positive charge on oxygen, this oxygen will try to pull this bond. Therefore, the alcohol molecule will act as nucleophile. You are getting this or not? See, the oxygen will pull this pi bond to itself. Okay, this will result in positive charge on this carbon atom. Okay, the alcohol molecule can act as nucleophile. It will attack the carbonyl carbon. You will get what? You have RCOH, RCOH, and O over here, H. Okay. Now, and the alcohol molecule is attached. Now, what happens? Okay, this arrow is wrong. Okay. Now, what happens is proton transfer takes place. Proton transfer meaning this hydrogen will move here. Okay, and the bonds will go back to this oxygen. You will get what? Again the oxonium ion over here. We know that oxygen bearing positive charge is unstable. This bond will break and the lone pair will go back to this bond. The water removal takes place. See, you get this again ester compound. Okay, whole ester molecule is there, but with a positive charge on oxygen with hydrogen. The removal of hydrogen will result in the corresponding ester. Say, this is actually a typical chemical reaction. As we have discussed that the carbonyl carbon in carboxylic acid is not that electrophilic. So the acid acts as acid will this carboxylic acid oxygen will get protonated, resulting in the electrophilicity of this carbon. Now this carbon on this carbon nucleophilic addition takes place. Nucleophilic addition is taking place here. Okay. Now proton transfer takes place in the molecule itself, and then removal of water and deprotonation will take place. See, the role of H2SO4 here is two roles it is providing. One is catalysis. It is a catalyst over here, and other is dehydrating agent. Okay, so see, the H plus from H2SO4 which was provided ultimately goes off. Okay, here the catalyst is returned back. Okay, now dehydrating agent, the water should be removed. That water has to be removed from the reaction. H2SO4 removes that. Okay, now reactions with PCl3, PCl5 and SOCl2. We are dealing, this bond is being broken. PCl5, PCl3, PCl5, okay, SOCl2. What do you mean by SOCl2? What is the name of thionyl chloride? Thionyl chloride. PCl3, you will get what? This bond is broken. You will get R, C double bond O and Cl from PCl5, PCl3. Okay, and a product H3PO3, byproduct. So you get acid chloride. Again PCl5, you will again get acid chloride, R, C double bond O and Cl from this one. Okay, and the byproducts are POCl3 plus HCl. Okay, in this situation, thionyl chloride, again you will get what? Acid chloride plus SO2 plus HCl. See, with the thionyl chloride method is preferred because the byproducts are volatile. SO2 and HCl are volatile. Okay. Now reactions with ammonia. See, ammonia is a Lewis base and carboxylic acid is an acid. It is a Bronsted acid. It is a Bronsted base. First of all, when ammonia is added to carboxylic acid, then acid-base reaction will take place, resulting in a salt formation, ammonium salt. When this ammonium salt is heated, it will lose a water molecule. Two hydrogens from nitrogen and oxygen from this one. Water will go off and amide is formed. Okay, see, if it is written like this, first ammonia and then heat, or ammonia plus heat is written, then you will get direct this product. No salt here. Okay? In this situation, ammonia plus heat, this will give you directly amide. But if only ammonia is written, ammonia, no heat, then ammonium salt will be formed. After heating, you will get amide. See, once this reaction was asked in question paper. See, this is phthalic acid, benzene 1,2 dicarboxylic acid. When ammonia is added, it will form what? Ammonium salt. Okay, COO NH4. COO minus NH4 plus. On heating, you will form phthalimide. COO, see, 2 moles of water will be removed. 2 water molecules will be removed. You will get CONH2 and CONH2. Phthalimide. This is known as phthalimide. On strongly heated, when this molecule is strongly heated, strong heating, water from this part, one hydrogen from here, ammonia, sorry, okay? Ammonia, nitrogen, and this hydrogen will go off. Okay, what is formed? CONH. This is phthalimide. You have to learn these names. This is phthalic acid. Phthalic acid. This is phthalimide. PHTHALAMIDE. And this is phthalimide. PHTHALI-imide. It is an imide. Okay. Now, reactions involving COOH group. Carboxylic acids. So COOH group can be reduced. The reduction can be done by LiAlH4 or B2H6 diborane. This is very specific. Followed by hydrolysis. You will get what? Primary alcohol. Okay, carboxylic acid will give you primary alcohol on reduction with LiAlH4 and or diborane followed by hydrolysis. This is decarboxylation reaction. What do you mean by decarboxylation? DE means removal of carboxy, COO group. Okay. When sodium salt of carboxylic acid is heated with soda lime, this mixture is called soda lime. Soda lime. Okay. So this mixture is what? 3:1 mixture of sodium hydroxide and quicklime. When this is heated, see, the COONA part of this and this will go off, and what is left? RH plus the byproduct will be Na2CO3. For example, if we take benzoic acid, sodium salt of benzoic acid, what happens is soda lime, NaOH plus CaO, heat. What will happen? This is removed. you will have benzene plus Na2CO3. Now Kolb's electrolysis. In Kolb's electrolysis, this COONA portion means sodium salt of carboxylic acid, aqueous solution is taken and electrolyzed. During electrolysis, you will get what? This R will be doubled of RR plus CO2 plus NaOH plus hydrogen. These are byproducts. We need not bother about this. You will get what? The alkyl group will be doubled up. Okay, suppose if this is CH3, sodium acetate is there, CH3, COONA is there, aqueous solution, and you are doing Kolb's electrolysis, then you will get what? This alkyl group, COO, before this one, COONA, CH3 will be doubled up. You will get ethane. Okay? Understood? Now let us discuss reaction involving alpha carbon of carboxylic acid. Okay? It's a name reaction, Hell-Vollard-Zielinski reaction. Okay? In short form, it is known as HVZ reaction. HVZ reaction. Okay? When carboxylic acids having alpha hydrogen, see, this is alpha hydrogen. Alpha carbon is there. Now, over that, it has alpha hydrogen. When they are treated with red phosphorus and halogen and hydrolyzed, okay, then this halogen goes to alpha carbon. You get what? Alpha halocarboxylic acids. This is the halogen comes here at alpha position. Alpha halocarboxylic acids. This is alpha halocarboxylic acids. Okay. Now, see, next is reactions involving ring substitution. Reactions involving ring substitution. See, we know that carboxylic acids, the aromatic carboxylic acids, the COOH group is, this group is meta-director. Meta-directing and deactivating. Due to deactivating nature, Friedel-Crafts reaction will not occur on benzoic acid. And meta-directing, it means it is decreasing electron density from ortho, para and ortho positions. Okay. You might get confused. Let me draw like this. See, this is meta-directing means it is decreasing electron density from ortho, para positions. Okay. Now the incoming electrophile will attack at what position? The incoming electrophile will attack at meta positions. Suppose you are adding what? Cl2 in presence of FeCl3. you'll get what? Cl plus at attack, meta position, this position or that position, so both are same. You'll get one product. Okay. Cl. Okay. If you are adding Br2 FeBr3, then you will get what? Br over here at the meta position. If you are nitrating benzoic acid, then you will get what? Nitration is done by concentrated nitric acid and concentrated H2SO4. You will get what? Nitro group will be attached to meta position. Okay, this meta directing nature can be obtained from the resonating structures. Okay, that's very easy. You can draw by yourself. Thank you.